Hi everyone out there on YouTube. This is JMcCabe871 of AWNSCraft, and I want to do a quick overview video of our server, just to fly by the different towns, some of the notable player creations, just to show you what we kind of do here. Currently we are a creative server, which has builders of all different levels, different experiences. We have everywhere from beginners to people who are advanced builders with world edit permissions. And I just want to do an overview. Right now we're looking at the skyline of my player-owned town, which I've been building on since the server's been running in May. We've just recently went public in January, and here it is. This is the university I built, a few skyscrapers. That's something my good friend FlyMaster put in the game. He's a pixel artist, and I'll show you some of his work. This is something my good friend Arsenal built. And now we're going to go to the teleport hub, which is the way all the cities are linked together. And I'm going to show you some of the other cool things. Most of the cities, player-owned or server-owned, are linked by a door. You go through and you either step on the pressure plate or hit the button. We also have a warp system. Most people use the warps. I still use this. We're going to go check out something a user named Griagar built right over the Pleasant Isle mushroom biome. It's a space station. This here is one of the protected areas on the server. We do have zoning to prevent griefing, and we do a lot of things to prevent griefing. We're log block. I can roll back world edit regions. It's all pretty well protected. Oh, stuck here for a minute. Here is the main room inside the space station. It's 2 floors. And we're going to fly outside real quick to get an overview of it. Right now he's working on the 3rd wing of it. Each wing's 2 stories. You have these awesome ice block roofs and windows. I personally like ice in certain situations better than glass. I think it looks kind of better. It adds a nice effect. Now, I got to show you this really cool thing he did with the lights in one of these rooms, so we're going to go back inside. This here's the galley. And if I hit this lever, bam! Light comes right out of the roof, ceiling, whatever you want to call it. It's nice. I thought that was a really creative thing he did there. Alright, well, we're going to take one more flyby shot, and then we're going to warp off to the next city. Sorry about that microphone interference right there. Look at that. Now, this was built before we launched public, but he built this by hand. He didn't have world edit at the time. He does now. He's one of the 2 current advanced builders on our server. It's really neat. I love the beacon blocks in this game too. I'm really glad they added that. Alright. Gotta fall down by the train station. And we'll go into the next city, which is Esmeralda. Back to the teleport hub. It's downstairs, and we need to go here. Now we are at City Hall. This here is the capital city, so to speak, of the creative side of the server. We do have a small survival population. They're eventually going to be moving to a separate server, but for now they're sharing the server with us. They have their own area, or we call it a province, in the south. This is our information wall. And this town is divided into plots. A lot of them are plots of different sizes. There's a few big plots here that are reserved for community builds where we all get together as a server and we build something. There's a house that Arsenal made. First thing he ever built on this server. Something that a user named Mojang's made. I know, it's a lucky guy that got that username right. Here's something that me and our creative administrator, who's that dude 777, built. It's a hotel. We did this without World Edit. We didn't even know what it was back then. We did it in about 2 days. And it's fully furnished on the inside. I think a few rooms are missing beds, but it's pretty much fully furnished. And here is the archery range that dude 777 built. Little archery club building, city park. This was actually something that my roommate, who happens to be our survival administrator at the moment, he has kind of a TNT problem. He likes to put it down on fields and then light it off and blow it up. So we had to cover it up. We didn't have World Edit when we built this either. So we covered it up and turned it into a stadium/redstone laboratory. Yeah. This is where users can come and build various redstone devices just for testing purposes. And if they're good, we will save them as a schematic file so we can reference them back later, use them in other things. There's a little observation deck up there. It's a pretty basic room. It's just some flat space. People can build redstone things on their lots too. There's a little bit of pixel art. Now we're coming into the lower district of town. This is where some of the newer beginner plots are. Some player-made houses, an uncompleted building. I'm sure Handyman, we copy and pasted this to his player-owned town. I got to talk to him, see if he wants to keep it. But this is Esmeralda, the creative capital. So people, when they join the server, are given a choice between a plot in this town, or they can build their own town. I'll stick them in the wilderness, and they can do that. A lot of people take the town option. You get a little bit more freedom with the town option because, you know, in the city you got plots, and you got to stick to your zoning and all that unfun stuff. But, yeah, this is one of the houses I built just to build it. It's one of the few examples of where I actually used redstone instead of torches. I'm kind of a lazy builder sometimes. So yeah, I think we've seen what we need to see here. We're going to take a quick warp to Griagar's town called Haven. It's the oldest player-made city on this server. And I'm going to show you guys that. So we're going to go back for the teleport hub. If I can find it. Yeah, a lot of room to build on this server. We have a 16,000 block in every direction limit, so there's plenty of room. All right, cool. This town here, I still think, is way better looking than mine. I've always tried to make my town look this nice. I've never been able to do it. But this is Haven. He built this way before I started building my city. And it's got very nice detail to it. It's a smaller town, but it's really nice. And I'm going to show you guys the train station too, which I thought was really cool how he did this. Griagar, out of all our users, has probably been on here the longest. Got a little observation window up there for control, and just simple lighting. We welcome builders of all levels on this server. You don't have to be a super great builder. All I ask of the builders is that they register for a forum account at awns.us, and I'll put a link in the description. Oh, there's Griagar right there. You probably can't see we're filming this right now. I have my chat toggled off so you guys can get a better view. But, hold on. Say hi to YouTube. tube. I don't know if he's going to say hi or not. Oh, there we go. All right. People are really excited about this. This is our second video. All right, I'm going to turn the effect off there. So we're going to take a flight over to the next little town at Borders Haven. This is the capital district, unfinished. This is the main town for the entire server and for AWNSCraft in general. It's not very big. It's not very high detail. It was one of the first things I built before I knew what creative mode was. I was opt and I was just doing the /give command. Yeah, there's our administrators' names on the wall. Something I built. One of my first skyscrapers. Not very good. And we're just going to warp out of here to the next city of importance. You can get, like I said, to most of the cities via this method. Warps work too. Most people warp. I do it this way. Alright. Now the name of this town that I'm about to show you is going to change, but right now it's called Bellwoods. It's going to change if it loads. Filming slows this thing down just a little bit. We have a pretty fast server, but the filming machine's a little bit slower. At least when it's filming. This is Flymaster Crom's town. He's one of the administrative staff on our server. And he's also a very close personal friend in real life. And right here, if it decides to load, is Knuckles. A little bit embarrassed. Let's see if we can walk up in the house that he built, because he built a really nice wooden house here. I mean, this thing is just really high detail, really beautiful job he did on this. In the first story here, got an enchanted book on the wall. Never hurts to have one of those, or a written book, not an enchanted book. Those have bands around them. Got a nice view of the water. There's a lighthouse that another one of our builders, Caymanas Land, built. And down the ladder. Whee! We don't have a very large staff. We don't need a very large staff at the moment. But all the administrators here do a great job at taking care of the users. We try our best to accommodate people, help people out. That doesn't mean you're going to come into our server, we're going to give you op. Please don't spam us for op. We don't like that. But we do our best. Here, if I can... Ah, there we go. Got some Knuckles. Yeah. One of the cool things John does is... Well, John, now I said his name, but yeah, his name's John. He does awesome pixel art. Alright, well, we're going to hit the teleport button. And we're going to check out something our creative admin, that dude 777, did in the city of New Plymouth, which is where he settled. He got on the server too before he launched public. He's a good friend of John's, good friend of mine. And he's like, where can I build? I'm like, I got the perfect place for you. Nobody's built here yet. And yeah, I got this beautiful scenery. Nobody's using it. But this is the city of New Plymouth. And you guys haven't got the reference out there yet. A lot of these cities are named after ones in Michigan. That's where we're based. This is just his house, one of the first ones he's built on the server. Beach. Blacksmith shop. And here is the highlight of New Plymouth. The castle. He built this without World Edit. The only thing he didn't build was the pixel art. That was John's work. Little creeper face. And now I'm going to show you his mansion real quick. He just got this done recently. This was a world edit project, although he did a lot of manual work. In my opinion, good builders balance both of those tools. Yep. Got the awesome entranceway and backyard. I'll just do a quick inside view. Huge. It's very nice work. He is truly deserving of the title of Creative Administrator. Now we're going to actually fly from here to our next place, because it doesn't make sense to go for the teleport hub. Fairhaven is quite close to New Plymouth. And here we are. Now I'm not going to do too much time in this town, because we have a video in our towns playlist, I believe it's called, that shows this town off pretty well. But here it is. The replica of Michigan Central Station. Personally, one of my favorite buildings on this server. He needed a train station. I suggested to him, hey dude, why don't you do Michigan Central Station? He's like, alright, I can do that. It's a real shame the building in real life's in such bad shape. But, yep, just a little overview. He's really good with skyscrapers. He's a veteran on the Xbox version, but he's fairly new to PC, and he's a regular. He's always on. He's on more than I am, and I'm the head administrator. Only kidding. We don't always, just in case you're wondering, we don't really have a night shift staff yet. We're pretty much days. But we're not ready for more staff yet. When we are ready, we'll post on the forums. We post those positions. They are unpaid. I'm doing this for free. I'm not making any money. I have a day job. But we post them. Generally, though, we look inside the server for people. And it probably won't be administrative. Probably just be moderation. But, you know, the more people we get, the more we're going to need them. So, you know, if you like our server, tell your friends about it. We you know, looking for good builders, people that like to have fun. We also have a TS channel, which is the same IP as the server. So if you guys have TeamSpeak, like to talk, come on in. We'll chat. You know, it's awesome. It's a lot easier to talk than type. Alrighty. Well, that was Fairhaven. Nice little flyby. If you want more information on this town or some of the things you've seen here, make sure to look at the town flyby video on that one, because it's awesome. And I apologize if this video isn't the highest quality of YouTube production. I'm kind of new at this whole shooting video thing. I'm more of an admin than a video shooter. Here's a teleport station. Like I said, towns have these. Use them. You might. I don't think you really get the experience of the server till you start going town to town, seeing what other people have built. Alright, well, I'm gonna show you, I think, one more town, and we'll call it a wrap. One more town, because yeah, I want to show something near and dear to the heart. This here is one of my first buildings. It's just to show, you know, we all start somewhere. I'm not the greatest builder in the world. I don't claim to be. And really, I don't even have much time to build anymore. I got to help the users out. But this is just something I show kind of for laugh's sake. You guys can see how ugly this building is. No stairs. Horrible windows. You know. But it's getting there. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope to see you on. Remember, in the description. We got the IP for the server. Just come on in, check it out. You know, if you like it, apply for a forum account. We will activate you, give you a builder. You can come in and build stuff. We're looking for any and all skill level of builder that wants to come check it out. It's cool with us. Alright, well, thanks. This is Jay McCabe, 871, signing out.